Thank you for having me. I've got some massive shoes to fill here with Dave holidaying it up in a nice lockdown on the Gold Coast. So, I'm looking forward to the show ahead, and fingers crossed I could be hitting the back of the net. As much as I'd love to focus on keeping a clean sheet first, I wouldn't mind hitting the back of the net sooner or later. So,
Hasn't happened for you yet this season?
not yet.
Carl grabbing all the glory from the other fullback position?
Yeah, I mean, I've put a couple on a platter for him, but he's been in the right area at the right time, and it's good to when your fullback starts scoring a few, even though he's banged them all in except myself. So, it's not too bad.
Well, you are my co-host this evening. Dave Svedkovsky stuck in quarantine, and we've got a big lineup tonight as well. Hailee Mesiti is out there waiting in the green room, as is Huss. Do you want to tell us who Huss is for the uninitiated?
Well, Huss is a young fella, grade 11 to be exact. Young fella still in school who is part of our under-19 squad. Regularly trains with us in the first team as well. His background, he's not actually Macedonian, but he wears his heart on his sleeve, and he sings the song like he's truly Macedonian. So for me, he's just a young goalkeeper, under 19s, great talent, amazing kid, really top bloke. So yeah, young fellow from under 19s.
That's fantastic, and he's always in amongst it with the post-match celebrations after a win, I understand.
Yeah, well, especially against Melbourne City, he'd played a little bit earlier in the Resi's game, and he hung back to watch us play, and obviously we got up 3-1 win against Melbourne City a couple of weeks ago. So Huss was there to lead the song in front of all the boys with his ultras jumper on. He hangs out with the ultras when we're playing in our matches, and he's really loud and loves his club. So yeah, he led it, and it might be a little bit of a new thing for him to start coming in every sort of week and start leading the song himself.
Well, it's great to have him on board this evening, and Hailee from the women's team as well. It's fantastic to have you in as my co-host, and maybe Huss can be the first player that we can successfully persuade to do a Lions Roar on the show tonight.
I think a roar plus the song.
Yeah, a few bars. He wouldn't be the first person to sing on the show. I think that would be obviously Marquez last week, pre-recorded, albeit with the auto-tune.
Was Buttercup on here?
I think he might have, but I was actually thinking of DJ Mungle.
Oh, DJ Mungle, yes.
He gave us a few bars.
I wouldn't mind hearing the team song from Huss, and then him singing a bit of Kez's song as well.
Ooh,
that could go down the
a bit of a cover version. Yeah. All right, we'll work on that during the ad break, but we've got a lot to get to on tonight's program. I guess we unfortunately have to start with Friday night's game. You had to be Aquaman, I think, to succeed in those conditions. I know you're not going to want to make the excuses, but I will make the excuses for you. That was a difficult surface, and I think a real leveler between the two teams.
It was, difficult, obviously, for both teams. I was a few spots where I almost drowned on the pitch. Obviously not the tallest bloke around, so for me it was up to my knees almost. But no, it was tough conditions, mainly on the side closest to you in the commentary, or you and Jim in the commentary. It wasn't great for that sort of part of the pitch, and it was extremely waterlogged. We had a couple of guys out there sweeping the field to try and get as much water off it as they could, and obviously didn't go the way we wanted. Our first loss after 11 games. So, again, start of the year, you ask us, 8 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss. Would you take it? I think most people would. But it was one of those things for us where I think a few lapses in concentration, even from myself, from a defensive perspective as well, switching off for that split second. And I think we all agreed as a group that I think Springvale just wanted it a little bit more than us on the night. Don't know what it was.
Certainly celebrated like they like it meant a lot to them.
Yeah, they celebrated like they won the league after beating us. So
hey, after the result in round 2, you would.
Of course, 100%. They we knew it wasn't going to be an easy game. We didn't come in thinking it was just going to be a whitewash, and like it was last game, 10-0. Like it's had a bit of a different squad. I think they had a bit of a restructure in there, and they come out and they had some patches where they played some really nice football. And for us, it was, again, desperation. It just wasn't there for us. They might have thought, the pitch is a bit wet, conditions are a bit crappy, how are we going to knock the ball around? Whereas Springvale came out and they just wanted to do anything they could to win, and I think that was a slight desperation that we needed, which we didn't have, and obviously a few lapses in concentration from us as a unit. Sort of looking at it, and 4-1 loss at home. It's not great. We're not happy with it. No one's happy. You know what I mean? And we had a bit of a look at a statistical perspective, and you look at the statistics, and you think the score would be the other way around.
Yeah.
We had most of the possession. We had more crosses. We had more shots. We had more corners.
We had a lot of corners.
And yeah, just credit to Springvale for.
I think H was next to me in the commentary position, actually trying to nut in each of those corners from the tower.
He was
living with every kick.
I'm surprised he didn't fall off the scoreboard where you were. But rough night, tough night at the office. But we're in a good position, top of the table. Again, credit to Springvale for coming out there and giving it their everything, and they got a result. And we had a big meeting not a big meeting, but we had a bit of a chat like we do after every game, and knuckle down a few things and point out a few areas where we need to improve on. And that's the focus for, I guess, the week coming through.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about their third goal. That's a breathtaking volley. You can't really do too much about that. But
great hit.
The other 3 goals, sort of failure to clear the lines.
Yeah.
You know, just the ball kind of getting stuck in the area.
I mean, first goal, I put my hand up for it. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, it wasn't just myself, but I let the guy in too easy. And then once he cut inside, I had a dig. I wasn't quick enough to react and try and pounce on that second ball or something like that. Simesy, what a great game.
You know what I mean?
As bad as it sounds, he's conceded 4 goals, but just think what it could have been if he wouldn't pull off some of the saves that he made. So, again, I put my hand up for the first one. I was lazy, I was sloppy, and switched off for that split second. And little things that against that comes back to that desperation, you know what I mean? And tap in the box. Second goal, tap in the box, you know what I mean? And Springvale there, the right place, right time, and they just wanted it that little bit more, I guess.
So, going to need a big lift for this Sunday against Melbourne Victory.
Yeah, massive game against Victory. It's all these academy sides, they're really tough to sort of play because generally they'll all knock the ball around. They try and mimic their first team as they do, and for us to play against teams which are quite structured and want to knock the ball around, it's almost a bit of a taster of our own medicine, really. We have a really great structure from a sort of defensive perspective, and when we actually get the ball and we start moving it around, we're dangerous, you know what I mean? And Victory, we had a close game. Carl's bomb last time, as much as I would have loved that to have been myself. He's smacked it from 30 yards out to be the decider between us to get up 1-0. So it's not going to be an easy game. It's never an easy game. Never, ever. You know what? Like, even let's just say we revert back to Springvale where we got up in a big scoreline. That wasn't an easy game.
No, first half especially.
2-0 at half time, you know what I mean? And in situations like this, everyone came off the field knackered. We were wrecked. And it was from us just pushing and being ruthless. And I guess we're always going to work hard no matter what. And we're always going to try. We're always going to try to do our best. But games like this where you play, like Melbourne City, knock the ball around, real tough. Victory, they knocked the ball around. We had a screamer to decide us and separate us last time. So this time, their home game, still going to get a few of our fans out and things like that. But it's not going to be easy, far from it.
Absolutely. Well, if you can't make it to Epping Stadium on Sunday, keep in mind whatever crowd restrictions are remaining for this one. I'm not sure. I think it'll be announced shortly, but it will be live streamed. We have had approval from Melbourne Victory. Everything's going ahead. Northern Motor Group bringing you another live stream. And thank you to them for turning around so quickly and doing Friday's game when it was announced that only 1,000 people could get in, which for most clubs isn't a problem, but for Preston,
massive problem. Preston, yeah, huge problem.
Like a third of the usual attendance. Stephen's coming through saying just a bit of a reality check on Friday. I mean, could this be a bit of the kind of kick up the arse that the team kind of needs at this point in the season, not to get too full of yourselves when you've started so unbelievably?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think. Whenever a team that looks at ourselves and go, we're going to go out and we're going to smash these guys. This is going to be an easy game. We've never really had that mentality since I've been at the club for the last few years. But I think same thing happened a couple of years back. State 1, we hit this sort of mid-season. A few boys carrying a few niggles. You rotate the squad a bit. You got cup games.
I remember, I think it was a Sydenham Park game.
Yeah, we lost 4-2 that game.
Yeah.
We had, again, pass the ball back to Chrissy Davies when he was playing for Sydenham. I played it straight back to him, and he's bloody put it past us first 5 minutes. And
Hibbs broke his leg in that game, getting sent
off. Sent off, broke his leg. We had Deej came off first 15-20 with the groin, so that there was a bit of a turning point for us. And I mean, again, halfway through the season, we've lost our first game of the year. I think it's just You know what? It's going to happen. You can't expect to go out and then win every game as much as we want to, and as much as we believe that we can. It's just one of those things where it's like, you know what? We got pumped in shitty conditions to a team who wanted it more.
Yep.
Training this week, the intensity's been great. It's been up there. It's I think it just might have just, again, kick up the arse, I guess you could say, but I wouldn't necessarily think of it as a reality check. I would think of it as just we didn't play too well here. I think it's just time to pick ourselves back up again, and it's the way that we react this week. The intensity in training's been good. The motivation, desperation has been great. The pitch has dried up, so it's been a bit easier to knock the ball around at training. But I got a few cuts on my leg to prove how intense it's been at training this week. So it's I think it's come at a good time for us. I think it's really going to give us a little bit more energy and hunger to think no one comes to our home ground and beats us. So we need to bounce back and I think it's just get back to doing little things right. It's just feel things like making that tackle, not switching off that split second, getting ourselves set up from a structural perspective, and just finding our feet when we feel comfortable and we start knocking that ball around. Not a lot of teams can keep with us, essentially.
Yeah, that's it. So how was Lockie, by the way? I know he would have been disappointed.
Yeah, he was. Obviously, he was a bit upset after the game. Of course, he apologised for what he did. Watching it back, I don't think it was a very fair second yellow, to be honest.
From my first instinct was that he got the ball, but I haven't watched the replay.
I mean,
I couldn't watch the replay of that game.
No, I watched it. I watched the game twice.
Well, you have to.
Yeah,
I should probably review my own commentary work, but I didn't.
I watched the game back twice, and I thought it was harsh. You know what I mean? Like Lockie's slid in expecting the ball to slide. He's hit the ball, and the players come in after the ball, and he's
similar to you against Western United, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, wet pitch. I still don't think I should have been sent off. I think it was a bit of a load of crap, to be honest. But you know what? You learn from it.
Yep. Got to play the conditions.
Yeah, Lockie was a bit upset, and it's a bit of a shame that we miss him for this weekend's game. But I believe he might be up in the commentary box with yourself, maybe.
Oh, look, if he wants to, I think James Harron had a bit of difficulty keeping
the emotions in check.
Exactly while he was watching, because he wants to basically be another coach on the sideline if he's not playing. I mean, when he's on the field as well, he's always yelling out instructions, so it's difficult for him to keep his mouth shut.
Calm, yeah. I think that mute button came in handy.
Yeah, well, I mean, you couldn't hear him on his mic when he was screaming out instructions to the touchline, but you might have picked it up on mine.
Definitely. Yeah, I heard a few things, yeah, for sure.
It was good fun. You just got to laugh in those situations because everyone cares so much. That's what makes it special, you know?
That's it. And like Jimmy didn't play, but look at the emotion he showed. Look at the passion and the fight.
And he actually signed off at the end of the stream because he wanted to be down on the sideline at final whistle so he could go. That's
it.
You know, console and cheer up his teammates.
You win together, lose together.
I mean, that's leadership.
100%.
And you know, you've been part of the leadership group this season as well.
Yeah, definitely. It's been great being part of it. Robbie, myself, and Jimmy. I think it's just put a bit more maturity in my game, not just being as rash or as explosive as I used to be, I guess you could say.
Fly off the handle a little bit quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I've still got that fire in my belly, and I'm never going to lose it. It's always going to be me as a person and a player. But I think just being a part of that leadership group and on games there where I've had to wear the armband and walk the boys out, it's really changed my thought process and mentality not to just let the team down, realistically.
Because you're not just playing for yourself anymore, right?
Exactly right. Like, well, you're never playing for yourself realistically in that aspect, but from wearing the armband, sometimes you've got to pull a couple of the boys into line, tell them to keep it calm, just relax, chill out for a bit. Myself, I've had a few of those chats, especially Hibbo calming me down a few times over the last couple of years. Sure. But I tend to think about it a little bit more from a maturity perspective and just keeping my cool. And I think my decision making when I wear that armband or just when I'm part of that group has just changed a fair bit. And it's for the better. I think it's not only better me as a person, but as a player as well. So
fantastic. Well, we're all hoping for an improved performance, and judging by what you said about training during the week, I mean, a lot of competition for places in that starting 11 now. Yeah,
definitely. Like obviously now Lockie's sitting on the sideline for a week. It opens up a position in the midfield. See a couple of the boys might be carrying niggles here and there, so you're not really too sure who's going to be. You never know really, because like the best 11, Louis and Kappa are always going to pick the best 11 to play, no matter who it is. Doesn't matter. If I'm not performing and Louis doesn't think that I've played well enough, he'll put someone else in. So, for me, it's you never know who's going to play in that starting 11, and you know whoever's going to come in can do a job. But the intensity's been there, the motivation's been there. A few stub marks on my ankles and my shins to prove the intensity's definitely been there. That's for sure. But the training's been better than what it has last sort of 3 weeks. So again, that sort of win, that loss has sort of just picked us up a little bit, and we're pissed off that we didn't get the result, and we really want to, I guess, make a difference this weekend.
Matty Symes saying, mic me up during the game, Josh. We were doing a little bit of an experiment with our wireless pickups on the little halftime show.
It'll be interesting because halfway through the game, I'll hear Symes go Preston. That's what I hear from Symesy. Go Preston. Something like that. The middle of the game, just randomly, I'll go, yeah, Symes, top save. He goes, go Preston. He's a different breed, honestly. He's so funny.
Fantastic. Bit contentious. Tommy P says Benji greater than DC. Oof. Already coming for your job, DC. I think we might have a few contenders for the or pretenders to the throne over the next few weeks. Gonna have a rotating sideshow of co-hosts coming through, and you're a natural, mate. So
thanks.
I think you might be coming after my job, not DC's.
This could be a start of a great radio career for myself. I've definitely got the face for it. So I can talk enough crap to get myself through a few things. So see how the radio career goes. But I'd be interested to see who else is going to come on here and do a bit of a job for Dave while he's away at the moment. So it'd be interesting. Absolutely.
So this week in preparation for Sunday, we should go through a bit of the housekeeping stuff. Look, FV code of conduct, absolutely imperative to respect that this weekend. I know it's going to be high energy, kind of high stakes game, and on the sideline, I'm sure with the fans, it's always a little bit more intense when you've got another group of opposition supporters who are very passionate as well as Victory obviously do. But absolutely imperative that everybody observes the FV code of conduct. No abusive behaviour towards opposition players or supporters. Just come out. Like Symesy says, go Preston.
Go Preston.
Exactly. Support the team. Don't worry about getting involved in anything else. There will be an dedicated active area that Victory are organising on Sunday. So keep an eye on the club's socials for everything regarding, the instructions as for entry. One thing important to note is that the Preston fans, regardless of result, will be asked to leave first, and then the Victory supporters. It's a Victory home game, so they get to work these things out. So you just got to be respectful of that. So Preston fans will be leaving the ground first. What's happening around the club? Well, I can't expand as much on these things as DC usually does, so yes. I'll just tick him off as he sent him to me. The new pavilion is coming along on schedule.
It is,
which is fantastic. Be great once you guys don't have to walk 3 miles to the change rooms after the game.
Yeah, we got a few pillars. There's a few little pillars, and I guess the slabs have been laid. A few things getting set up from a structural perspective. So it's looking right. It still smells a bit funky. It doesn't smell the best when you walk out on the pitch and you think someone just shit their pants when they've walked out on the pitch. But no, it's coming along really nice, and it's going to be really great. Yeah, can't wait to get back in there.
Juniors are back. Fantastic to have all the juniors back playing after the very short lockdown that we had, back in rhythm, and we've seen them out in force this week, I suppose, on the back pitches.
Depending how long the lockdown was going to be, I was wondering if Dave was going to ask me to do another bloody at-home COVID skills session, which I did with Nick Radecki last year during the big lockdown.
When are you doing your badges, mate?
I don't know. I thought about it. Like I've done a bit of volunteer coaching, younger age groups when I was back in I was playing at the Raw, and with QAS I did a few things to help out Football Queensland through there.
Nice.
I coached my sister's team with my dad.
How'd that go?
Pretty good, to be fair. Yeah? Like my dad was the coach, and myself and my best mate, we'd go down and help him out because they trained opposite nights to us. So we could barely get 11 to field every week. I think there was games there where the girls played with 9 players, but it was really actually rewarding. It's stressful, and that was with girls that were 18, 17 at the time, even younger, 16, 17 at the time, and it was like, I can see how Louis and Kappa I don't know how they do it. Putting up with someone like myself, I have copped a few sprays from Louis, but I could imagine how much hell I would put him and Kappa through. But from a rewarding perspective, was seeing them learn things and do things that you sort of actually worked on in training, and you think, wow, they're actually starting to think a little bit more and really starting to implement things that they're working together with at training. So I don't know, maybe one day I'll do my badges and everything. But I don't know, I'd probably be a bit of a fiery coach, I guess. I don't know, I'm fiery enough and I scream enough at referees as it is. I couldn't imagine it as a coach.
Well, get involved with the club, or get in contact rather, if you want your kid in the junior program, or indeed if you want to get on board as a junior coach. The new Preston in Business luncheon date, or Preston in Business, is it a breakfast? I think it's a breakfast.
I believe it was a breakfast.
So that's being announced very, very soon. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled on the socials, because that event was basically fully ticketed, fully sold out until the date had to be shifted. So they're going to be in massive demand, I'm sure. The end of year ball, it's a new date, Saturday, October 2nd at the Emerald Reception. Look forward to that one.
I am. I don't know if we're going to be able to get Palaszczowska back in this year for the.
Might be more difficult this time.
Might get Kez and Jimmy. I've heard a bit of their summer banger they wanted to release.
Ooh.
I think they've left a bit on the end there for someone else to fill in on the track. So if we can't get Palaszczowska, we could do next best thing and get Kez up on there for a bit of a performance. Maybe even Huss.
I don't think Kez would look quite as good in the red dress, but
you'd be surprised, mate. Kez has got a booty on him, that boy, I tell you.
The mid-year juniors raffle is launching, so get your tickets to be in the running for some great prizes, and all of those housekeeping items, of course, will be detailed in greater detail on the Preston social media channels. Particularly keep an eye on the Facebook page for news regarding match day stuff this Sunday, because I imagine there's going to be more instructions coming out about entry points and times and that sort of business. But there will be a separate Preston active area. That's the most important thing to note. And Preston supporters are leaving first after the game finishes. We will take a short break. Benji's sticking around because he's my co-host this evening, not a guest. And we've got Hailee Mesiti from the women's team coming in to talk about the 2-1 win over Casey Comets on the weekend. So stay tuned here on the Lions Den.
MS Designer Living specialise in architectural design and construction of new homes, unit developments, extensions, renovations and commercial buildings. They are located at 14 to 19 Enterprise Drive, Bundoora, and can be contacted on 03 94 67 6954. MS Designer Living.
Genesis Steel offer full-service structural steel to leading industrial and residential builders across all metropolitan Melbourne and regional areas of Victoria. At Genesis Steel, we take pride in our product, service and reputation. With over 40 years industry experience, Genesis Steel manages all aspects of steel fabrication, from on-site measuring, in-house drafting, fabrication, through to full site installation. We work closely with our customers to deliver innovative solutions to facilitate projects of any size. For further information, please contact genissteel.com.au or contact the company on 03 9465 1287.
With over 30 years of combined experience in custom caravan manufacturing, Atlantic Caravan's mission is to create a community of like-minded souls who want to explore Australia in unbeatable comfort. Thanks to the latest technology, outstanding interior design and a high-quality finish, enjoying the great outdoors in an Atlantic Caravan is a 5-star experience. If you are looking to explore Australia in class, do not go past their high-quality, innovative, contemporary-built caravans. Check out their Endeavour, New Generation, High Terrain or E-Series models online at www.atlanticcaravans.com.au or call them on 03 9357 6971 or email them at info@atlanticcaravans.com.au.
Electrical Connectivity Australia is a leader in the electrical industry and specialises in matters of a domestic, commercial and industrial nature. Please contact Igor Georgievsky for any of your electrical needs on 03 9333 0433 or visit www.ecapl.com.
Genis Steel offer full-service structural steel to leading industrial and residential builders across all metropolitan Melbourne and regional areas of Victoria. At Genis Steel, we take pride in our product, service and reputation. With over 40 years industry experience, Genis Steel manages all aspects of steel fabrication from on-site measuring, in-house drafting, fabrication through to full site installation. We work closely with our customers to deliver innovative solutions to facilitate projects of any size. For further information, please contact genissteel.com.au or contact the company on 03 9465 1287.
You're listening to The Lion's Den on FNR Football Nation Radio.
Well, that was a whirlwind ad break. Welcome to the Lion's Den, Hailee Mesiti.
Thank you for having me.
So you burst in here like an absolute tornado. Are you always like this, or are you just a bit G'd up by your radio appearance?
Look, there was traffic, so I was running a little bit late, which is standard for me. But yeah, I guess
Yeah.
you put it that way.
And you brought an emotional support teammate along with you tonight.
Yeah, Taylor Halabi, she's my hope girl.
She's in the green room right now, cheering you on.
Yeah, that's
Fantastic. Win on the weekend.
Yep, that's
Good
it.
stuff. Tell us about it. Recap the game for us.
Okay, so Casey, we obviously was our first game of the season last time, so we're second round now. We prepared pretty intense. We went in really hard. We knew it was going to be a tough game. We really needed the win. Obviously, we had Rachel in for a second game with us. She put a few away, and I think she was really eager and she was so driven since she used to play there. So, yeah, we're really, really happy to have her putting 2A, so lucky for her. As I said, it was a tough game. The first half was tough and we had to restructure half time. But yeah, as I said, we got there in the end and got the 3 points. That's all that matters.
So what were the halftime changes like? How did our Dan change the game? Trying to remember without giving too much away.
I am trying to remember. We did change the structure, so we did have. It's like 3 anyway. I'm not going to forget that. So we changed our formation. We were playing 4-3-3, and we did end up going 5-3-2. So we tried to push the front, which did work because then Rachel got one in the back of the net again. But yeah, apart from that, I honestly can't even remember what he said at halftime. Apart from just win.
I mean, that's a good team
Couldn't be any
talk,
clearer,
isn't it?
really.
Yeah, exactly.
Just win.
Yeah.
That's the kind of talk Louis gives, right? Just go out there and win.
Just go out there and win.
Yeah, easy.
He uses a few extra words in there.
Yeah, a few
Benji,
not safe for radio words.
Benji, what do you...
Yeah,
And then, goes from there, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So how have you rated the season so far?
Look, I think it's definitely been a different season as to what we've had in the previous years. This is my 3rd season, if you're counting last year. But the intensity, the culture, the dedication and the drive that we have is so different. The girls were just bonding like no tomorrow. I think we've had a culture that has been completely different to what we had previous as to last year, but Dan has really driven in our heads that what he wants and how he wants us to perform and kind of represent our club. As I said, everyone else has been, I think, surprised as to what we've put together this season. We've got so much depth and yeah, it's just been really good.
Is it a step up in quality this year in terms of the opposition? I know it's a new league, but also teams coming up from the same division you used to be in. So
yeah, absolutely. I think coming from state 1 and the lift, the intensity, everything's completely different. But yeah, I think the girls are driven, and that's exactly what we want. We really want to win the league this year and get pushed up. But yeah.
So what's your role been like this year? What positions have you been playing, and how have you found it personally?
So look, coming into Preston when Dan came, I was a right or left wing, but he kind of drilled into my head that he wanted me to become a striker. So for the last year and a half, I have been training as a 9, and I did hate it at the start, only because I love a good run. I just felt like I wasn't using my, strengths. But look, he's trained me well, and I think with Amy, Jules, and the other strikers, we do have a lot of depth in strikers. So it's been working really well in the last few weeks. We've put a few away, so it's been working well. But as of the last 2 weeks, I have been playing on the wing. So I'm trying to reminisce on what I used to do, but just crossing those balls in has been, it's good to get back on the run and really testing my fitness again.
Are you playing wing backs still in the system, or have you gone back to 4?
We were originally. Now we've gone back to, the last few weeks we've gone back to 4.
I thought you were about to tell me you're going to wing back, which is next
No,
level.
absolutely not. You'll never see me back there unless we're desperate.
What's wrong with it being back there?
Yeah,
No.
what's wrong with wing back?
Nah, not for me.
Not for you. Well, I mean, if you didn't really like, I guess, playing as a striker to start off with, you more prefer being out the wing, but this year you say 8 goals in 6 games. I mean, something must be working for you to start banging so many goals away in so little time.
Oh, just, it's my girls. It's the girls, they're getting it there for me. But I think it's a drive as well, because there is a lot of competition. We're all fighting for our spots. So I think that in training, we're all working our asses off to get to what we want, and we're all fighting for the starting 11. So something's clicked, and it's happening. Last week was a bit dry, but hopefully this week I can put a few away.
Who have you got this weekend?
Eltham tomorrow night.
Eltham. They're a pretty good side, I remember.
Yeah, look, we haven't played them yet because we missed the game through COVID.
That's right.
So then we missed the catch-up round again. But from what I've heard, they are a little bit of a different squad as to what we've previously known them as. So, we're really excited to get out there and hopefully put a few or more than a few away.
Are you playing on the synthetic at Eltham or at home?
No, we're playing at home.
BT. Yeah.
nice
How do
one.
you find playing on the pitch at BT?
It's been completely different as to what we've had previously. Like, obviously, what is it, pitch 2 or 3 that we're on, the other one? Where we train? I don't even know. Anyway.
You vary between
Yeah,
the
so
two.
they're quite small and not as don't have as much width. Obviously, the width out there on the main pitch has been good for me anyway because I like the run. But we're definitely adjusting. And I think we're using that to our advantage as to when other teams come through, they're not used to it being that large. So, for us, it's been a win-win.
So you've lost a player through injury in Mon Fanua. She had her ACL operation yesterday, was it?
Yeah.
How'd it go? Have you heard from her?
Yeah, all went really, really well. It was a big loss. We're really sad to see her go. She's an absolute superstar in the midfield, and we're definitely going to miss her. So shout out to Mon. If you're all listening out there, go out and donate to her GoFundMe page. We're definitely going to miss her.
So the GoFundMe's for the ACL op, right?
Yeah, for the operation.
That sucks. I mean, I had mine done late 2019. I couldn't believe it wasn't covered. Even if you got private insurance, it's elective surgery, which if you're a footballer, it's not elective.
I know, it's a bit hard in that way.
Yeah, but it's a long road back. But she, from all reports, seems like a pretty determined character. So I think she'll be back.
I think she's definitely in good spirits. Having her 2 sisters playing in the team, she's been at every training before her surgery. So I can already see that she's keen to get back, and we can't wait to have her back next season.
How do you find? Sorry, Josh. How do you find having 3 sisters in the same team?
About to ask the same question.
literally.
Mate. Same wavelength.
That's it, mate.
So look, when they first came in, we were happy, but we were also a bit scared at the same time. We didn't know what they kind of came out of nowhere, and I've been playing for such a long time, and I've been at so many different clubs, and I actually had never heard of them. I knew they were the 3 sisters that played futsal, but I didn't know anything else. And coming into the squad, they've made such a difference. Tin, she's insane, our keeper. Her drive, she is quiet, but let me tell you, she's dangerous. And Lisa in the back line, she gives me anxiety because she's so calm but so great, and she makes me nervous. But and then there's Mon, who's just another quiet one but so driven and absolute gun in the midfield. So she can take. I think she's the only player that I think in this league, or that can take 10 players on at once and fall over but get back up. So as I said, when she actually did her ACL, I thought she was joking.
She doesn't mind a big challenge as well. I've watched a few games that you girls have played, and she doesn't shy away from a challenge as well, does she?
Nah, no, not at all. As I said, she did a bit of a scissor, and I thought she was joking, but she was real, unfortunately.
That's tough. You mentioned Lisa in the back line. Are you talking about her taking risks with the ball? Or?
Oh, absolutely. And I think it's because she has so much trust in her sister, Tin, in the back as well, that they know each other, they know exactly how they're going to play. And Tin being she communicates to everyone, and I think she knows that. But because I'm on the other side of the pitch, I can't hear anything. And she just makes me anxious, but she's got it every time.
It probably helps in the end when you've got someone who can pass out from the back and not pump it upfield at every available opportunity.
Absolutely.
So we already mentioned Rachel, 2 goals. What were the goals like, by the way? Do you remember them?
Yeah. So the first one, it was a cross, and she kind of just got her foot on it and tapped it in.
Nice.
And her second one, as I said, once we changed our formation, it was kind of a one-on-one with the keeper and just a side to the corner.
So clinical finisher, nice to have her amidst all of those striking options that you're talking about. And then we've got another new player joining the squad, in Olivia Edwards.
Yeah, Liv. Look, I've known her from previous years. We've never played together, but when I was in NPL at Calder, I did know her. I'm not sure if she was a Boolean at the time, but as I said, she was Boolean last year. And she's kind
Played
of
at Alamein as well.
Yeah, Alamein.
She's
Yeah,
a pretty well coached side from what I've seen.
yeah,
So she's
definitely.
got
You
that
can
background.
see she came from NPL. You can definitely tell the technicality, her strength as well. She had missed a few games this year, but I think she was injured. But yeah, she's come back pretty strong. You know, her first game on the weekend, she said she absolutely loved it, despite being, a lower league. She loved it, and she gelled with us like straight away. So yeah, it's really good to have her there.
What do you think is, I guess, bringing these women from leagues that are a bit higher? What do you think it is that's Preston is doing, or you think that you girls are showing on the pitch? What do you think it is that is drawing these girls that are, I guess, coming from higher leagues to play for Preston? What do you think it is? And I guess, can you see the difference when they start coming to trainings? Do you think it lifts the other girls around them more?
I think it's just the experience that they've had, the opportunity, the type of training and the quality that they have had. Obviously, the intensity that NPL is at the time is different to, again, what we're playing. As I said, I think it's just the experience that they've got that brings it in, and we're very passionate to get there at that point, and that's why I think it's working so well.
So you are contending this season. How are you feeling about the promotion run-in, the battle up top?
Yeah, look, we set pretty high standards at the start of the season. Dan has put goals and expectations for every single player, from the amount of goals he's scoring to the amount of yellow cards they're getting, and he's just gone all out. But I think we are pretty confident. As I said, I think we're sitting third, but 1 point below second. But we are a game behind everyone else. So I think 6 points from the top. But yeah, I think next week we got Burundara, which is going to be a tough one. But if we get that one and in the bag, I think we have a pretty good chance of getting through.
Benji sometimes plays like he's got a yellow cards target. Yeah, at least 7 this season.
Yeah, I've got to hit at least. I don't even know what I'm on at the moment, but it's up there. I can't remember, but
I suspect it's the reverse direction that he's going for, or is he telling people to lay the challenges?
Look, I need you to hit 4 yellow. I need you to hit 4 yellow cards this year. If you're not hitting 4 yellows, it's not good enough.
You're not tackling hard
I'm
enough.
actually really surprised. I was just telling Taylor before that I'm on nothing for this year. I haven't got any, which is quite a surprise. I think,
Have you got away with a few, or?
Oh, absolutely. I have. But yeah, if I keep my mouth shut as much as possible, then we'll be okay.
That's the hardest part, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what's your personal goal that Dan has set you?
For me, it was confidence.
Okay.
It was a confidence thing coming from an NPL team prior to Preston. Originally NTC and then Calder. I was playing in and out of seniors, so I think my confidence did drop there. Just not being able to play and having the experience in there, you drop. Your performance drops, confidence drops. So once you're coming back in, that was my goal for this season. So that and scoring goals. I think he drilled into my head that I can do it, and as I said, if you have the confidence, you can do anything. So that's my goal.
I mean, you certainly seem to have the confidence at the moment, which is fantastic. Have we had your backstory on the show before a little bit? Or?
Yeah, I think last time I was on, we had.
Remind us, you were at Calder.
Yes, I actually just thought about it. I was at Bundoora before that too. I mean, before Preston, I was at Bundy for a year.
Yep.
Before that, I was at Calder.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, I was at NTC. And Vic and whatever you want to call
Sure.
that. And my junior years, all over the place, Whittlesea Rangers, Whittlesea Stallions, Bundy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How does Preston compare to these clubs that you've played at? Because obviously you've been here for a couple of years now, and obviously you've played around a few sort of senior teams. What is it that Preston does, and why are you still here over, I guess, last few seasons?
Look, to be quite honest with you, when I was playing in my juniors, I don't live far from the grounds at all. Everyone used to ask me, why don't you go to Preston? Why don't you go to Preston? And I absolutely hated the team. I couldn't think of anything worse. At the time, I was just like, nah, never thought anything of it. Like, I never had even heard of the girls' team. And then when I was at Bundy, we played against them, and I was like, oh, it's close to home. They got a half decent team. And then it wasn't until Luca, our coach before Daniel, he kind of contacted Diana, and he was at St. Monica's, and it kind of got within the tunnels, and he asked me to come over there, and it was just different culture, completely different culture. The whole, getting a new structure of the whole entire club, and they were so passionate about driving this women's team, and that's what drove me to play here and to stay here at the moment. Daniel's really drilled it into our heads. So, so far so good.
Beautiful.
How's that compare to your experience, Benji? I mean, you came here from Queensland, obviously to Hume first, but like the uncovering of Preston as this huge entity.
Preston doesn't compare.
Yeah.
Seriously, nothing.
And so many people have no idea how big it really is.
Literally, and I don't think you experience it until you actually play for the club. And for me, I've said it multiple times. This is the best football club I've ever played at my whole life. No club will ever compare to this club right here. And I don't think people realise it until they slip the badge on. And I think it's very tough for you to have to even think about leaving for whatever reason. I think once you're here and I guess you're part of the plans for the future and you're doing the right things, it's going to be a long time before you think about going anywhere else. So for me, again, culture, I think culture is a massive thing, and I think it's driven from the top. I've said it before. It's not only in our men's teams, the women's teams, how good the culture is, and it's continually bringing quality and talented footballers to the club. Like you've got women that have played NPL, they're dropping down a lower league because they want to come to play Preston. We've got multiple, I guess, boys in and around. You've got players coming like myself from interstate to come play for Preston. You've got boys who have been in and around A-League systems. You've got players that have played representative football at younger ages and things like that, and everyone wants to come play for Preston. So I think culture is a massive thing, and the direction of the club, like the men's team's pushing for promotion, the women's team's pushing for promotion, the junior setup's fantastic, so there's nowhere else you'd rather be, mate. Put it nicely, didn't he?
Yeah, you said it really well. Took the words out of my mouth.
That's it.
Radio professional over here. So
I think he's found his new job.
I'm trying. I really am.
Eltham Redbacks, Friday night?
Yeah, tomorrow night.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be exciting. What time's kick-off?
8:30.
And you've got the Rezzies playing beforehand?
Yeah, 6:30.
6:30. So get down there. BT Connor.
The pitch is dried up too.
Oh, hopefully we have some people brushing it off for us.
Yeah, well, there's sand on the ground. They've laid out some of the areas that were a bit wet, but it's nowhere near as wet as what it was.
I got bad news, mate, though. We're out of brooms. We're going to have to use your mustache to brush the water off the pitch.
This is never, ever coming off. Never. I can't do it.
You can have it in your Preston contract like Merv Hughes back in the day. You can't shave your mustache.
I can't do it.
It's part of the brand.
I'm small enough. I don't look very intimidating at all. The least I could do is have like a decent haircut and a mo. That's all I can try and do myself, really.
Let us know in the comments what you think of Benji's mustache. Hailee, thank you so much for coming in, putting up with our nonsense. Best of luck tomorrow night. And make sure you get down and support this fabulous women's team who's pushing for promotion. And this is a part of the season where you need to get those supporters behind you and give you that extra boost, because it's going to be a tough old run-in.
Yeah, that's it. Get down. I promise it'll be a good match. Thank you for having me.
We'll go to a break here on the Lions Den. Hailee Mesiti, our guest from the women's team, on the other side. Who have we got, Benji?
Big Huss.
Big Huss. Don't you dare go anywhere.
With over 30 years of combined experience in custom caravan manufacturing, Atlantic Caravan's mission is to create a community of like-minded souls who want to explore Australia in unbeatable comfort. Thanks to the latest technology, outstanding interior design and a high-quality finish, enjoying the great outdoors in an Atlantic Caravan is a 5-star experience. If you are looking to explore Australia in class, do not go past their high-quality, innovative, contemporary-built caravans. Check out their Endeavour, New Generation, High Terrain or E-Series models online at www.atlanticcaravans.com.au or call them on 03 9357 6971 or email them at info@atlanticcaravans.com.au.
Genesis Steel offer full-service structural steel to leading industrial and residential builders across all metropolitan Melbourne and regional areas of Victoria. At Genesis Steel, we take pride in our product, service and reputation. With over 40 years industry experience, Genesis Steel manages all aspects of steel fabrication, from on-site measuring, in-house drafting, fabrication, through to full site installation. We work closely with our customers to deliver innovative solutions to facilitate projects of any size. For further information, please contact genessteel.com.au or contact the company on 03 9465 1287.
Electrical Connectivity Australia is a leader in the electrical industry and specialises in matters of a domestic, commercial and industrial nature. Please contact Igor Georgievsky for any of your electrical needs on 03 9333 0433 or visit www.ecapl.com.
MS Designer Living specialise in architectural design and construction of new homes, unit developments, extensions, renovations and commercial buildings. They are located at 14 to 19 Enterprise Drive, Bundoora, and can be contacted on 03 9467 6954. MS Designer Living.
With over 30 years of combined experience in custom caravan manufacturing, Atlantic Caravan's mission is to create a community of like-minded souls who want to explore Australia in unbeatable comfort. Thanks to the latest technology, outstanding interior design and a high-quality finish, enjoying the great outdoors in an Atlantic Caravan is a 5-star experience. If you are looking to explore Australia in class, do not go past their high-quality, innovative, contemporary-built caravans. Check out their Endeavour, New Generation, High Terrain or E-Series models online at www.atlanticcaravans.com.au or call them on 03 9357 6971 or email them at info@atlanticcaravans.com.au.
You're listening to The Lion's Den on FNR Football Nation Radio.
And we're back for the final time this evening here on The Lions Den, the official Preston Lions Club show. Josh Parrish and Benji Lyvidikos. Benji the Jet. They think you're through. You think you're through, but what's the lyric? What's the lyric in the Marquez song? Come on, you got to remember it. It's about you.
You think you're through, but we got the jet.
We got the jet.
That's it. Yeah.
That's it.
Nice little shout out there. I was happy with that.
Happy with your appearance?
Yeah, I would have preferred a bit more, but that's fine to start off with. First song is good.
I think Jimmy was spoiled in the chorus, and he's the 8-foot giant.
Yeah, well, it helps when you can brush shoulders and sleep next to the guy. I'm sure he's probably
wording him up every time.
Cooked Kez some food, cleaned up the house after him, maybe giving him a bit of a head massage or something like that.
I think Raya was my favourite.
Yeah, go Super Saiyan. Yeah, it's because he went. Funny story about Roo.
All right.
When he came in. When he first joined the group, we've obviously got our group WhatsApp, and he put up Louis said, "Gents, like this is Roo. Ryu. He's joining us for the year. Say good day, introduce yourself, whatever." We obviously talk a lot of crap in the group, but Roo put a photo of himself with his nice blonde hair, and he goes, "You can call me Goku," and that's where it came from. That's why we say he's going Super Saiyan all the time because he claims he's Goku.
So that he gave himself that nickname.
He gave himself the nickname and it kind of just stuck.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I assumed he was just sort of smiling and nodding and going, "Oh yeah, these guys know one anime thing." So
he definitely he knows what we're saying. Yeah. You know, he plays along like he doesn't, but he definitely knows every word we're saying. Yeah.
I love that. I'm so glad you brought that up. Hassan Youssef, aka Huss, welcome.
Big Huss.
Big Huss.
Yeah.
Tell us about yourself. How'd you get involved with the club?
Well, basically grade 3. I was playing a bit of football at school and just got into the sport. And then I asked my mum if I could join a club, and Preston was basically the closest club to me. So first club, still playing at the club since under 10s, I'd say.
Wow.
Yeah, so just love it. Just love the culture. Basically family to me, to be honest.
Well, Svetkovsky's written down here in my notes. Our adopted Lebo/Masso brother.
And just love it, man. Honestly, just... I don't know, man, to be honest. It's a family to me. That's all. Like Preston, since the start till now, forever, man. It's just Preston, family.
It's the best. What's he like on game day?
He's you always you walk out on the pitch, and obviously normally we've got a big massive crowd, and for some reason I always spot you all the time because he's either jumping up and down in his ultras jumper, or he's got a jersey or a scarf, or he's at the fence screaming, just cheering everyone on. He's just the energy he brings like on the games, and obviously, for example, the song we sung against Melbourne City.
Yeah.
which is going to make a bit of an appearance later. We already think we might get that
All right.
get that done.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's just the energy, and you can see the passion. And obviously, he says grade 3. He's only in grade 11, even though he looks like he's grade 11 now. He looks 35 with 3 kids.
Shaved a bit of a beard as well. I
Yeah.
had a full-on beard.
Full-on beard. But yeah, so grade 3 to grade 11 at the moment, and you can see how much he just loves the club and how passionate he is from a supporter perspective, and then playing here as well. It's unreal.
I'm getting facial hair insecurity over here with you two. Jeez.
I can't grow a beard. I can only grow a disgusting mo. That's all I can get.
Had a few comments about your mustache
Yeah.
in the break. That's fantastic. So you're a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Always been a goalkeeper?
No, actually, 2019 I was a centre back. I wanted to try out a new position, see how that went. I lost a lot of kilos from that. Actually, I dropped down to 75 kilos around that.
Yeah.
And after that, just gained so much weight.
Packed it back on.
That's it. Got to get the goalkeeper weight back on.
School tuck shop killing him.
But yeah, that year was pretty good. I think I scored 3 goals,
Nice.
best and fairest coaches award. So take
As a
that.
centre back,
Too
As a
easy.
centre back.
how good's that?
There you go. Didn't win
Natural.
that many games. Season didn't go that well, but take that any day.
Absolutely.
And then Lou spoke to me at the end of that season during trials. He was like, "Come back into keeping. Like, you'll get good opportunities as a keeper." I was like, "Not a problem." When Lou says something, you got to do it. So took that.
It's that simple. I mean, he was a keeper.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
So it must be nice to get the occasional bit of advice off
Tips,
Louis,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, definitely. Not only from him, like Matthew Symes as well. He
Sure.
gives the tips a lot, like during training as well, because I train with the lads. Just whenever I do something like that's not correct, he always like corrects me up, and then he really helps during the game. So it's pretty good.
I love getting the specifics because I had no football career of note. So what's like the last bit of advice you remember receiving or something that stuck with you like as a goalkeeping principle from those two?
Don't
I mean,
be
either of
scared.
them.
Don't be scared. Basically, always go out for the ball.
Yeah.
Sometimes during the senior training, I bit hesitated a lot, stuff up a little here and there, but it is what it is, man. You got to learn from your mistakes.
You don't want to clean up one of the star strikers and injure them for the weekend either.
No, I think they would injure me, not I wouldn't injure them, man.
It depends how much they've been pissing us off at training. Sometimes you might go, Huss, just can you get one in on Davies for us? He's a bit annoying tonight. He'll do a
Mouthing
job.
off.
No,
He'll do a
I'll
job.
do the job. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
That's what he's
Give
told.
me your name and I'll do the job. Don't worry.
So you've trained with us a few times?
Yeah, definitely. Pretty regularly, to be honest. Obviously, the goalkeepers will do their own sort of stuff with Yanni, and we'll do obviously our session. And then when we start coming into some gameplay, sort of 11v11 stuff or some small-sided games, we'll bring the keepers across, and Huss is regularly with us. And again, it's from, I guess, seeing from Huss at the start of the year. Obviously, you just think a young kid's coming to train. Obviously, you say g'day, you know his name, but he's a part of our change room now. Like he's in our change room.
Nice.
Comes in, shakes everyone's hands like he's part of the team. He's part of the extended squad, I guess you could say. And having him around the group, a little bit quieter in the change room. It's not necessarily not too bad of a thing, but we have a bit of a chat here and there and see take the piss like we always do. But having him in at training, it's really really nice to see little things that he's been improving session by session. I think one thing that I was impressed with Huss was when he first sort of came in was the ball at his feet. He
It's best and fairest centre back over here.
yeah, well he wasn't just shitting his pants and just going hoof. He was actually trying to pick a pass and trying to do the right thing. Obviously, like sometimes it's not going to always work out. Everyone makes mistakes, but for me, the thing that I was really pleased to see was a young goalkeeper back in his ability on the ball, picking that pass and wanting to do the right thing and I guess try and play as much football as he can. That was one thing that really stood out for myself with Hassan. Now, obviously, coming in, he's with us regularly all the time, and he has to do he has to stay back after training and stand in goals while all of us pelt balls at him. Kez hit a few free kicks.
Oh, mate.
My knuckleballs, which are really good. I hit 4 in a row last night. Louis says they're no good, but he didn't see me hit 4 in a row. Matthew Kundari and Kez did. I'm going to put that out there. But yeah.
So ignore the man sitting next to you. Who takes the best free kicks after training?
To be honest, it's Kez.
Oh, that hurts.
To be honest,
That hurts, bro. That hurts.
because I've been with him more with trainings, whatnot after trainings and taking shot. To be honest, Kez with his free kicks very accurate.
It's a wicked dipper.
What kind of technique? Is it a side on David Beckham? Is it a front on Cristiano Ronaldo? somewhere in between.
He always hits me with the knuckleball.
Yep.
So like it's hard to know like where the ball's going. Every time he scores, he gives me like crap for it. So
He gets a lot of whip.
Stings.
Yeah.
Lots of whip on the
Lots
ball.
of
Yeah,
whip on it.
lots of whip on the ball.
Is that the hardest shot to deal with? The no spin swerve.
Oh, it kind of is. Yeah, definitely one of the hardest.
That's it. Well, you talked about being in the change rooms on match day. I walked into the change room before the Oakley game. I mean, it is a little bit confronting in there. There's a lot of nudity. There's a lot of BO. The pheromones are going crazy. The music's pumping.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite an atmosphere in that change room.
Well, got to get. This is my first year inside of the boys' change rooms. With the senior boys' change rooms. I'm not used to seeing, like,
Grown men
grown
off in front of you?
stripping off in front of me. Especially Symes. He's a bit of a.
He's a unit, is he?
He's a bit of a bad boy in the change room. So, but yeah.
Is he a bit of a misbehaving?
Well, like
towel flicking jock, is he?
Towel flicking. That's tame. Obviously, we can't give too much away of what goes on.
Okay, no,
in
we
our
don't want
change
to.
room.
Some of it's
Gotta
not fit
keep
for
it,
broadcast.
PG.
A lot of it's not fit for broadcast, but no, like there's a few of us that hang around after training for like ages. Most of us have work the next day and things like that, but there's always 4 or 5 of us that always just last out. We'll take like 45 minutes after training, 50 minutes to chat,
Vibe with
shower,
music.
listen to music, bit of karaoke, bit of a choir going on. Normally it's myself, Symes, Jimmy, Kez, and Kunda. Kunda hangs around a fair bit. Kunda rocks up to training in like a real suave sort of suit, a nice coat on, his hair's all done, smells real good. And then Jimmy rocks up in a pair of beat trackies, sandals, and a singlet and a beanie. So there's probably
Takes all sorts.
Yeah, that 5 of us probably the ones that linger around the change room the most. And I mean, we all know the handball story. We set up a bit of a handball court in our change room. When we got there pretty early one day, and we had a bit of a meeting. We're waiting, and we played handball for 50 minutes before the session. So little things like that. It's a good. I mean, I guess it could be a bit confronting seeing. A lot of body.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a lot of body. And Symes is a big boy, so he's.
That's where you got to get to as a goalkeeper.
I thought that.
Under
Ignore
9s.
that.
Let's get this back on track.
Ignore that.
Under 19s. How are they going this season?
Pretty good actually. We've won against every team except Melbourne Victory and Melbourne City. Can't do really much against those academy teams.
Yeah, I mean they've got depth. Crazy, like they always dominate in those divisions throughout the
definitely.
Victorian leagues.
They're the top. They're both top on the ladder. So
where they should be realistically,
of course.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are training all the
Best
time.
the best, you know what I mean?
It's selective. So,
but the boys we've been doing pretty good actually. Went through a long streak of winning against all the other teams until we played against City 2 weeks ago. Well, it wasn't the best game, but I reckon we improved from the last game we played against City. Yeah, that's it. And we had Springvale on the weekend.
How do you think? Obviously, because you're with a lot of different teams. You're with the 19s, you're with the Resis, and the seniors. Realistically, from obviously, how do you adjust your thought process in different scenarios when you're coming up into a game again with the 19s, and you played against Melbourne City and the Resis, and then you come train with us on a Monday, Wednesday, or a Friday? What's the thought process, and how do you find it fluctuating from so many different age groups? Is because the tempo is going to change in every single one. How are you finding adjusting to the different levels as you sort of stepping up a bit higher?
Good question actually. I'd say when I first started training with seniors, it was difficult, very very difficult. Especially with shots, I never thought they would pound it that hard into the goals, man. But then from there, you would learn when you drop back into your normal team, get used to it. It's easy. I wouldn't say easy, but you're there and you would know what the players are going to do, what you can predict and everything. So it's just basically learning from the top, and then you bring it down to your age group, basically. So yeah.
Cool.
is it time for the song?
Which one? There's multiple. You got
There's multiple.
Kez's song, and then you've got
Well,
I've been team song.
I've been asked to request Biser Polkanski.
Yeah, Biser Polkanski. Am I gonna?
I don't know it, bro. You're the one that's got to sing it, not
I
me.
was hoping Dave would be here who would have sang it with me. But
Sorry, it's me. But it's
you can teach Benji. I've got no idea.
Why not?
and give us a little spiel.
Just a couple of bars.
Here we go.
A cappella.
If I stuff up, man, I'm sorry to all the Macedonians out there. I don't want to.
Hey.
I'm the whitest Macedonian, well, fake Macedonian out there, but we'll see how we go. So he goes. So zisami kapa prostimi, teške se katove panini, plače se te o tri strani. That's all I'm gonna get. That's a bit of the preview. You got to come to the games to watch me sing the rest. That's it.
Love it.
Is that you that has the?
Yeah. Sometimes, yeah.
That's a
big
Most of the
responsibility.
times, yeah.
Yeah, most of the time.
'Cause, I usually lead the ultras because me and my mate Marco, we got the group together actually.
Mm.
So we're like, let's get a couple of the boys, start chanting, support the lads. So
So I noticed there's a younger
yeah,
ultras group, and then there's the older ultras group.
yeah. So away games we join together,
Mhm.
but even at home games sometimes we join together. But we come up chants every week and just provide into the game
Because I think the older boys, they'll go
behind the goal.
either end behind the goal, and then
Mhm.
you guys will generally have your little corner in the
Mhm.
grandstand. Yeah, for
that's
sure.
it, yeah.
We jump in if we have to score.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember against City, we were like, if we score,
Straight down.
front to the stands. That's it. And it was such a good feeling, man. Schiavo, that goal. Oh my gosh.
Is that the highlight this season, that goal?
Oh, the highlight this season would be the Whittlesea game, actually.
2-1.
2-1 win.
Yeah.
We went
Bully
crazy on
in
that one.
stoppage time.
Yeah,
I went
that was-
crazy on that one too.
Oh, man. Through the comments.
It was live this time as well.
Yeah, it
wasn't
was.
Yeah.
recorded
Well, it
afterwards.
wasn't dubbed.
Yeah, it wasn't
overdubbed
dubbed
like some
over.
of the stuff on the intro music.
Yeah, we were celebrating in our little own corner up in the stand. We didn't notice he went in until so we can't sing and see anything really. So we're chanting and can't really see the ground. So we're just worrying about our chanting and whatnot. Then when someone scores, we notice from the other crowds they're screaming. So we just scream along, And then what we do, we'll pull out all our phones, go to the live, and then we'll say, "Oh, what a goal!" Yeah. So that's how we go.
I mean, you kind of, when you're playing capo or whatever, like being with the megaphone and stuff, it's almost like a sacrifice. Like you're not really watching the game that much. You're just trying to provide the atmosphere for everybody else.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's almost like not exactly. You're doing the rest of the stadium a service in some
Yeah.
way. But,
Yeah,
but you wouldn't change it.
No,
Never.
No. I enjoy what I'm doing, man. Like, I come to the games, my first game was Springvale. The first game I've missed was against Springvale because I had work, whatnot. So, couldn't get to, I was devastated. I tried to leave work early to come watch the game, but Uncle didn't let me out of work early. So, I was
We missed
watching it on my phone, man. I was devastating, but we could bounce back against victory.
Of course we can.
All the boys better be coming this week, so we'll be loud.
In our own active supporters area, don't forget.
Yeah, that's it.
So make sure you go to the right area on Sunday. It's really important. There will be further instructions pre-game, I'm sure, but there will be a specific Preston active area. Under 19s playing this weekend.
Yeah, we'll play against Victory. I think it's 10 a.m. early game this week. So
be a busy morning for you.
Like 10, 1 and 3 or something like that.
Yep.
It's all on the
Okay.
same, all on the same pitch, yeah.
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 Oh, I don't think so. I think we're playing on the back pitches.
The back pitch.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, I
At
think
Epping.
you guys,
Epping does
you
have a
guys
back
are the
pitch.
only ones playing in the stadium. So very lucky.
Us, yeah. Lucky us, yeah.
Well, they won't tear up the pitch before you guys get a
Yeah.
chance to.
Fair enough.
Might be nice to have a nice deck this week after
Try to pass the ball
swimming-
back to
swimming
Butker
pool.
and it stops and then they run away with it and then you give away a penalty in the 94th minute.
I was driving to the game on Friday and it was just drenched,
Bucketing
pouring
down.
down. I thought this is getting cancelled. I got to the ground and team manager, what's his name?
Zocky.
Yeah. He was like, this game is going ahead. He said,
He had, he had a frappe in one hand and then the broom in the other hand. Loves a frappe, Zocky.
He did indeed. He's like, if I was asking him like, yo, what are you thinking about the pitch? He's like, it's going ahead. Like it was like his life depended on it.
Yeah. It's funny. Zocky's got ZA on his jacket now. He's got like this big puffer. He's got ZA.
Walks around with it.
He walks around. He's got his initials on his jacket. He walks around. He's happy.
Struts
He's
around.
got the balls. He's telling Steph, get the bib, Steph. This. And he's got his iced coffee or a frappe, depending which one it is. He's great.
Yeah, with us as well against Springvale, there was drenched as well. So the day before that, we had people with sponges. They were like sponging the ground down. Like come on, we've got to get the game going and whatnot. And like, it's funny. It's
It
very
was
funny.
all hands on deck, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it'll be all hands on deck again this weekend, but this time with the actives. Huss, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank
Bit of
you
an
for having
insight,
me.
and thank you for giving us a few bars of Bisser broadcasting.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
what
It's a pleasure.
what was sung after the City game?
I think you know what was sung after the City game.
Team song.
Yeah.
Team song. How does the team song go again?
Do you want to join me in for?
I mean,
I think Josh could maybe help out. I sing it enough as it is. I mean,
Do you know it?
I do know it.
Do you?
I sing
Go
it
on.
enough. I sing it every
And going home. you
20
know.
times in the last bloody 3 years, mate.
That's it.
2 years, we'll say. 2 years.
I mean, go on.
We'll
all
get-
three
no,
of us.
We'll let Huss. Huss can
you
start
kick,
off.
You kick us off.
And
And you join in?
We'll go in after, yeah.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah, go.
Preston Macedonia.
Preston
Macedonia is exactly who we are.
Is exactly who we are.
We are the Lions and we roar.
We are the Lions and we roar.
So take a look at the final score.
Take a
Look at the
Careful
final
that
score.
F word there. I
Yep.
thought you were going to say something else.
No,
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 I don't have. I was just about to tell you I don't have a beat button.
We're continuing.
Yeah, we're continuing.
Go on,
What
go on,
team are we
press
gonna
on.
give?
Victory.
Victory came and got a fright.
Victory came and got a fright.
And we'll be on the piss tonight.
And we'll be on the piss tonight.
Ring ding 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 ding.
Ring ding 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 ding.
Our winning song we love to sing.
Our winning song we love to sing.
We sang it once, we'll sing it
We
twice.
sang it once, we'll sing it twice.
Smashing victory was real nice.
Smashing victory was real nice.
Na 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 na.
Na 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 na.
Preston Macedonia. And then we'll all go
And then we
crazy. That's it.
Go crazy. It's a mosh pit after that.
So if anyone doesn't know the song, there's no excuse now. And then to finish this with the
Macedonia.
That's the best bit.
That's the best part. It goes off.
Especially after goals.
Yeah.
Preston has become famous for the banging on the grandstand
Oh, yeah.
with the Macedonia chant. This is what people know Preston for. And every time I mention them to my sort of MPL following friends, they start going,
I think they broke the stand as well. They've ripped it from banging
no.
it. Yeah. I'm not sure if you've been behind it, but there's a whole chunk of it just ripped out. So
I feel sorry for whoever's hand that was that broke that. That wouldn't have been pretty.
Hey, great scenes. Well, we hope we'll see some similar scenes, and we hope we'll be singing that song come
definitely
Sunday.
this
Huss,
week we will.
thank you so much,
Thank you.
and Benji,
Oh, thanks for
wonderful job in my co-host chair tonight.
I appreciate it, mate. Thank you for having me.
We had to boost up the seat a little bit for him, but
Yeah. I got a booster seat underneath on this as well. So
that's it. All right. Well, we better sign off. We better get out of here. Make sure you go down and support the women's team tomorrow night at BT Connor, Jenna Steele Stadium, and make sure you get on down on Sunday. If you can't watch the men's game, we'll be live streamed once again on all FNI platforms, the FNI YouTube channel, and of course on the Preston Lions Facebook page. So
Huss, can you give us a roar, your best line roar before we go?
I've seen this in the.
yes. Finally, we got it.
I've seen all in the comments about it. I was like, you know what, I got to do it today.
Oh my goodness.
Clutch.
That's it. Perfect.
We better go. This has been the Lions Den, and next week we'll have President Zach Gruevski. So make sure you stay tuned for that one.
Preston, Macedonia.
Big on the left. Tries it from 40 metres. Oh, what a goal! John Markowski hammers one from 40. What a goal from this young dynamo. Near post City. It's in. And again, Warren Speak has a hand in it. Andrew Zinni scores the goal. Not only are the fans winning on the terraces, the team are winning on the pitch. 2 goals in 2 minutes. 2-1 up, Preston Macedonia, and we've got an invasion on. Roothouse has made a good run from deep. Still Roothouse getting that one across. Markowski. That's got to be the settler, surely.
One day we'll be back. One day we'll be back.
Through ball for Spink. He's in the box. Back for Cole. Cole square. Here's a chance for Smith. Smith, yes, it's there. Spink, Cole, Smith. Smith doing the damage. 1-0.